Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here. We are just going to dive straight into your reading today. I like to begin my readings by thanking you all who have been watching my videos, liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting. I really do deeply appreciate each and every one of you in all the ways that you show me your support. And I just want to make sure you know that. I don't always respond to your comments, but I do read every single one of them. And to those of you who are new to the channel, welcome, welcome. I'm really happy to have you here. I hope that you find a message that resonates with you, but just want to remind you, these are general readings, so only take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, we're going to begin with a Rumi message. On the bottom of the deck, you get leave behind your youth and go towards God. Interesting. I don't think I've ever heard that Rumi quote before. And then you're getting, why be afraid of a fox when you are a lion? Woo! This is reminding me of a recent reading. There was a picture of a lion, and I remember feeling so much like there's just this energy of relaxing until needing to take action. But that's interesting. Why be afraid of a fox when you are a lion? Pisces, you might not be realizing your full potential, or you might not realize just how much power you actually hold in a situation. Interesting. For Pisces, you're getting hope. Okay. You're getting be careful and romance. You guys just can't stay away from the love cards. This is like, there's not many love cards in here. So this is like cautiously optimistic energy about love. Okay, so, what it's giving me isn't like, oh my God, watch for all the red flags and, be very cautious as you move through this space. What I'm getting is almost like with one's own self, don't put the cart before the horse kind of energy. Like, don't get into like fantasy land and miss what's happening in reality. Don't let yourself go completely here, Pisces, into a space of what could be. See how there's a clock behind her? Let things unfold in time. Don't start planning, or don't get too far ahead of yourself. Yeah. Something's happening, but yeah. When things fall apart, like getting too strong, having a vision for the future or being able to see how someone could fit into your life long term is really good and is really important. And it's important to have that vision, right? But when we get too attached to the vision, or when we go too in depth, or when we're kind of living today to get to that place when we can be happy, or when it can be everything that we want it to be, a lot of times we go off in a ditch, trying to get there. Wow, look at this. I'm like, what in the world? This is exactly what I'm getting. It's like you're meant to be present, fully present, and enjoy the journey as it's happening. Like, hold the vision, the space of what you want it to be, but this is like not an expectation. It's an idea of how it could go or where it could go. And really with that castle, I'm getting 10 of Cups. Like, it's like, yeah, my goal is the 10 of Cups, or like, I'm hoping this reaches the 10 of Cups, but I'm going to enjoy every single cup as we collect it together. There's a certain excitement, right? I don't know why this is giving me Christopher Columbus. Well, I mean, it's a boat on an ocean, but I'm sure Christopher Columbus, being an explorer, was extremely excited about, setting sail, right? And like going to America, or well, he wasn't going, but like, what he may discover out in his explorations. And, you know, he may have even enjoyed the feeling of sort of like being brave. But I'm sure that was also tempered with all the things that could happen out there. They could get scurvy. They could, you know, come across the end of the earth. I mean, because I don't think they even really knew the earth was totally round back then. But there's just this sense of like, but it's also in, you know, it's also in having those challenges, or coming across those spaces where it could go a completely different way, and we challenge ourselves and we tap into our own limitlessness to figure out how to keep the thing on course and how to keep, you know, moving in the right direction, or, well, I don't know if there is such thing as a right direction, but in a positive direction. It feels like it's a transformative experience, and you want to be fully present for the entire experience here with this butterfly and this castle and these bubbles. It's like we don't want to get swept away in a bubble and miss this whole path, this whole journey. And we don't want to be so excited about where we're going, even though I don't feel like you're like this, Pisces, but you do have a reputation, because Neptune is your ruling planet, to like kind of falling into a bit of a like fantasy where, you know, it's like imagining, I guess, your ideal version of things. When things don't work, right, part of the loss and the grief that we feel is involved in our hope and our dream for what it could have been. And so that's why they say attachment is the root of all suffering, because nothing is permanent. And so when we get attached to an outcome or an idea, Bhakti, Baba, Bubby, come here, Bubber, it's okay. Is that dog in our yard again? Oh no, that's our neighbor. Come here. No, come here. You don't need to worry about that. But what I'm seeing here is that it also can make us try to keep something together that's meant to fall apart, or it can make us, it changes the way we are navigating the space when we're clinging to, or when we're, I don't want to say clinging, but when we're attached to an outcome. It sort of makes us sometimes abandon ourselves in the process, because we're so into that outcome that when a challenge faces us, we're like, okay, let me just be overly accommodating so that we can get over this hump, so that we can get back on the path to like where we're really going. And how that can affect your partner, it can sometimes make you look desperate. It can sometimes make you look like you don't have standards. You know, the person that you're dealing with kind of falls for the person that you are when they meet you. And it's just giving me this vision of like when we're like, this is what I want, and we're holding on to it, it's like we become something different. We instead of the path, the journey transforming us in the way that a journey is supposed to transform us, or like in its highest and best, a journey can transform us, right? When we are like, this is the destination, it has to be the destination, I'm attached to this outcome, I need it to look just like this, I need it to work out just like this, and we, you know, white knuckle it and hold on to it, it transforms us in a different way, and not I hope you catch what I'm saying. It's like the journey is meant to be traveled as we are. Like, we're meant to be present every step of the way. And just being present on the journey is enough. It will transform us. But when we start to skew the journey, that it has to go one way, first of all, we're denying ourselves maybe the highest and best version of the journey, because it could be better than what you can envision. It's about trusting the journey. This whole message, everything that I've just said, is literally about being present on the journey and trusting the journey. And to be careful not to get too swept up in the idea of what it could be or the potential that it holds. It's just walking the path and seeing where the path takes it. Time will tell. There's something here about timing, divine timing, being patient, being willing to let it open up in its own time. Trusting it. God, look, it's like you keep getting this clock imagery for me right here. You guys always get this play more. All right, you have speak up. Okay. This speak up is definitely talking about, to me, it's like expressing what you need. The jacks and the ball, it's giving me, like, the ball's going to bounce how the ball bounces, right? But when there are all these ingredients, right? There's all these things involved, you know, the circumstance, the setting, the timing, you know, it's like as if you were going to sit down and write a play. And you know how plays start off with, this play takes place in New Orleans in 1962. I don't know why my mind went directly to Tennessee Williams, but I think that's like Cat on a Hot Tin Roof or something. But anyway, you know how there's like a whole list of, you know, the characters, the people involved in directly with the story. All these things, and those jacks are giving me that feeling of like there's all these variables, right? And all these variables are going to interact with whatever this is, that it feels like a connection that has some amount of force in it. Or, you know, I don't know, God, I'm getting like physics, like equal and opposite reaction. There's just there's just this energy of kind of being aware of all the things around the thing, but not in a way in which you don't need to control them, in a way in which you're willing to let them randomly sort of fall into place and kind of play their role. When we're trying to control things, we're very serious. We're in a heightened state of awareness. We're, you know, like, oh, what did she say? What did he say? How did he act right there? Well, what was this? Well, what was that? Well, you know, oh my gosh, and we have this coming up. And if he doesn't, you know, ask me out before this, then, you know, da 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 da. There's just like all these things, and they are draining. That's how it's getting it to me. You know, when we are trying to make sure something unfolds the way we want it to unfold, it's a very draining process of like getting our hopes up, getting disappointed, thinking that, you know, it has to be this way, or we hope that it goes this way, and then there's a whole thing of being let down. And especially because a lot of times we don't say, hey, you know, it would be nice if this happened, or I would love to see this, or I would love to have that. It took me until my daughter was like 1.5 to realize that my husband could not read my mind, and then I actually needed to like say things like, you know, I'm tired. Can you watch our child so that I can take a nap? Like, I just wanted him to come home and see that I was tired and say, take a nap. But he'd already had like his own kind of day and wasn't necessarily plugged into me and what my needs were and accommodating everything about me. You know what I mean? He had just worked a whole hard day himself. You know, there's just so many things here where it's like, I feel like getting our hopes up and getting disappointed is one aspect of it. Like when you hope that someone sees things the same way you do, or sees the timing the same way you do, Or, you know, I don't know. There's just all this stuff right here with these jacks and this ball where it's like, you know, these things can either be a really fun part of what's happening where, you know, like for example, it's giving me this, if you have two friends or there are two people involved in your story, right, that are external to your situation directly, and they have a disagreement or they have something and you are talking about it with your new person, there's this opportunity to understand how they deal with conflict or how they view situations or how they are interpreting what is happening and whether it's the same as the way you're interpreting it or not, you know? And so it's kind of like when you don't feel like everything is either contributing to the way you want it to work out or not, and you just sort of take life as it comes and use it as this sort of like opportunity to like get to know your person without feeling a need to like I don't know why. It's just driving this point home. I almost feel this energy, and I'm like seeing the vision of beating a dead horse. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of like for someone that is listening to this reading, it's like I feel like this point has been tried to be made, or like it's like someone has tried to drive this home, or it's been available to be learned many times, but it hasn't been. And it's like, here you go. This is another opportunity for it to take life as it comes and to enjoy it and to be fully present in it and understand that it's part of your journey and that it probably is part of your journey for a reason. And that we can open up and embrace it and we can relax and we can enjoy it. I don't know. Some of you, this may be your person, and this may be like nobody really likes the feeling of feeling like someone is really trying to control them or really trying to control the outcome and can't just relax and sort of go with the flow, you know? So like, I don't know where this energy is coming from, but I do feel like it's overcomeable because you have this temporary card next door. And, you know, whenever I see this like temporary kind of energy, you know, my Oma, like my mom's mom, used to say all the time, this too shall pass. And it is like, in a moment, something can seem so big and it seems so kind of monumentous, but then, you know, when you have that, like, when you're grounded and centered in, you know, this moment's going to pass, whether it's good or whether it's bad, it's going to pass. And so if it's good, you want to hold on to the gratitude for it. You want to appreciate it. You want to call more moments like that into your life. If it's bad, you want to just remember that, like, the one constant thing in life that is true is that it will change. It's not going to stay this way forever. It will change. That is the one constant, the one, you know, supreme truth in life. That's why you don't want to get attached to things, because it's gonna change. Everything is fleeting. Everything is in a constant state of change. So it's kind of like, if there is a hardship, just remember that it's temporary. And all of these things, it feels like, are happening or are in the environment or are around because it's an opportunity to get on the same page with your person. It's an opportunity to see how well you fit together, how well you can navigate. It's not about how well you can control things and get them to the promised land. It is about how well you can weather life, all of it together. And so that's what it is about. I don't know. I have no idea. So I don't know if there's something that's coming together and there's some kind of little hiccup here. It does not feel, it feels a very temporary thing. It does not feel like the end of the world here at all. But it is, I feel like, dependent on the reaction to it. So if someone is, you know, you have speak up over here on the bottom of the deck. So it's not about being accommodating. It's not about overgiving. It's not about, you know, being the movable piece that can make the big sacrifice to get us through this hump. It's about taking life as it comes and being willing to say what you need and being willing to say, like, this is okay with me, this is not okay with me. I'm kind of getting being willing to sort of lose the situation, even if it feels like exactly what you've been looking for, exactly what you want. It's like being so detached from it that like your work, even as you're working toward it, the outcome that you want, or, you know, developing a deeper connection, you are willing to let it go a little bit. Let's dive into the tarot. It feels like one of those things that at face value or at first blush or whatever, it's like, ugh. But it actually turns out to be a really good thing. Like, it actually works out better than it could have had it never happened. Yeah, it's an opportunity to come together. Something's going on here. We have the Empress and the Devil with Temperance. I am going to clarify these overall, but I just actually wanted to clarify the Devil. This card says obsession on it. Some of you, this might be a connection that's happening at school, or this might be Pisces, I feel like you're doing something to someone. Like, I don't know if you are aware of this situation or not, but it feels like someone is really, really, really into you. Someone is really, really, really seeing like a future with you. So all of these energies I've just been talking about might be their energy. And it might be letting you know that it's like this person sees so clearly such a strong future with you that it might be messing them up. It might be bringing up fears and illusions for this person. It might be making them really feel very like they need to sort of control things a little bit. And I feel like it's like Pisces, it's like you're really focused. I don't know, this Queen of Cups is so calm, and especially in comparison to the Knight of Swords, right? And it feels like such a warm, snuggly energy. And, you know, it's like, I feel like someone doesn't really know how to approach you. I feel like someone is trying to get your attention, and your back is turned. They're seeing you as, I feel like they're everything. You have the Empress here with the Devil. This is like I can only see you being the person for me kind of energy. And it's like just the way that they see you, just the weight of that. It may be the first time this person's felt this way. I have no idea. It does not feel like scary stalker vibes. It feels like I'm feeling this way and I just don't know how to deal with it. I just don't know what to do with it. And it's like, you know, I want to come charging in. I want to say, look, I have all the tools needed to like make this happen. Like, it is like someone who just, it's like they want to go from I met you to I'm marrying you. Like, that's how it feels. I don't know. This is just insane. And it's like, Pisces, I feel like you're like, oh, you know, I have this love to give. You know, you may know who this person is, or you may be talking to this person, or, you know, you may have actually like even started some kind of relationship with this person with the Temperance card here, but it's like, you have a much more maybe like patient approach where you're like, okay, well, this will come together. It'll stay balanced, stay grounded, stay centered. And it's like, this person is just like heart eye emoji, like coming at you like a bat out of hell. Like, I do not know, but this energy is intense. Or it's like they want to, but they're trying to hold back. They're trying to show you, hey, look, I have all the tools. Hey, look, they're trying to transmute this energy. It's kind of like, you know, I can only imagine this, but, well, no, I can't just only imagine this. I was pretty, like, hot for my husband when I met him. I wasn't like, well, I wasn't like chasing him, but I was like, I would like watch for his car to pull up to work, you know, like I was goo goo gaga for sure. But the thing is, like, what I'm seeing here is that when you're the one just chasing, like when you're the one that has all these feelings, when you're like looking at someone and you're like, oh my gosh, this is my person, like this is the one and only person for me. And they kind of have their back turned and they're sort of in this like dream state of like, yeah, I've got this love to give. Maybe this person is the one. And, you know, they're not maybe like, I don't want to say like as enthusiastic, but because I think you are enthusiastic. I think it's just Piscean enthusiastic is different than like possibly an air sign, possibly a Gemini, or possibly a strong Gemini placement vibe here. And I feel like, you know, you may not be like a chaser type person. Like you may even be in an energy of like, I'm done chasing. Like every time I chase, I end up overgiving. I end up getting heartbroken. I end up overinvesting. Da 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 da. And even though you may see the potential for like a long-term future with this person, it's kind of like this person is chasing you. You're not going anywhere. You're not running away from them, I don't feel. But like, you're also not like, hey, I feel as strongly about the situation as you do. But it's almost like a maturity thing, or, you know, because a queen is a slightly more mature than a knight. And it's, I do get a real masculine and feminine play here, where it's like, I'm the receiver, you're the chaser, or you're the action of this thing. But it's learning how to sort of temper this energy. Like it's learning how to sort of let nature take its course, let the thing develop as it wants to. And what this person is really trying to say is like, look, I have all the tools. I'm an empowered person. Like I am ready for this. But like inside, it's like, I am so sure about this that like, I just want to rush in and make it happen and like get all the way there. We're meant to enjoy the situation. So there is something, and it's like, if someone is definitely driving a car, like I always think of relationships as the car and who's driving and who's in the passenger seat and what's happening between them. I don't know why. Maybe I read a book or something with that analogy in it and it just stuck. But it's like, this person is like driving the car, coming to pick you up, you know, it's like, I came in, I don't even know what to say. But I feel like you have to say, all right, you know, you have to just speak up. And like, there is this energy, this very, very, very calm, superseding energy. And I always feel with the Temperance card, this is always saying, this is a protected relationship. This is something that, you know, the divine is watching over. And when you're in a situation like that, you can speak up. You can say, you know, this is what I need without fear of really losing it. Even if it falls apart in that moment, it will come back together because it's meant to be, you know? So there's just this vibe of like, okay. And I do feel, you have the Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck, and this Page of Swords says education on it. You know, this may be like, we're learning how to deal with our feelings. We're learning how to deal with, you know, like how to manage this, the energy of this connection. But it may also be that your focus is on a few things right now, or that you're trying to achieve something, or that you have, I don't know. It does feel like maybe you're trying to balance this relationship with other things or other aspirations or other priorities. I also can get with the Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck that someone is like watching your every move, you know? This may even be someone that's watching you and is determining by watching you that you are, everything they learn about you is telling them, oh yeah, Pisces is the one for me. Pisces is who I'm looking for. But there is this push and pull in the beginning of a relationship. A lot of times, like, especially in situations like this, there's like an energy of like, we're moving toward where we want to go, and then there's like a pullback. There's like a distance that happens. And it's kind of, I think men typically do need a little bit of distance to kind of come to their own conclusion that they're feeling something. They need space to let something that's happening in their subconscious come into their conscious mind. And I don't want to like stereotype this based on genders, but it is sort of like the anxious and avoidant dance. Like, we all have all those energies in us, even if we're a secure attachment style. And so it's like, maybe sometimes women who are the receivers want to, or feminines they want reassurance, or they want to make sure that this is consistent energy that's coming towards them, right? That they can trust it, that they can count on it, that it's reliable. And sometimes the masculine, it's like, needs a little space to, yeah, I just want to say, let kind of form their own opinion, or come realize sort of what their feelings are. You know, I know, like, with my husband and I went home. I wasn't from where I met him. And I went home for the holidays, and oh my God, I missed him like crazy. Oh my God. And I just tried to think of any excuse to call. Like, I knew his schedule. And I was like, so I called him to find out what my schedule was going to be when I came back. And he was like, I knew you were going to miss me. I knew you were going to call. Like, he literally said that when he realized it was me. And I was like so embarrassed. I was like, oh my God. Because we weren't even dating yet, and he was my boss. Well, he wasn't like, yeah, I mean, he was definitely over me. But, the scandal, you guys. But anyway, yeah, it was just, I feel like that was such a healthy, good thing that happened, because I don't know that I would have been able to handle it if I was there and he was like just not paying attention to me anymore, or like turned his back on me. But like, having that space or that distance, I think he definitely knew, because when I came back, he definitely asked me out. He was like, we need you to transfer stores so that we can date. And I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, you guys know way too much now. But anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is that I do feel like there is this energy of needing space. But sometimes when we take space with the devil there, fear and illusion creep in, you know, where it's like, well, maybe they find someone else, or maybe that's the end. Maybe we're never going to reach the potential. Maybe this is just like all those other things that have been disappointments for me in love, you know? So there's just a heavy emphasis here on letting things ride, letting things play out, giving them a moment. This too shall pass. Things are temporary. The one thing I know for sure is that things are going to change. It's a lot of that energy. Yeah. Look at this. Damn, with the Magician again. Woo. I feel whatever this energy is, the main whole bigger zoom out kind of view of it is we're establishing sort of the rules of engagement here. The Devil with the Eight of Pentacles is actually kind of a really good vibe for me right here, because especially with this Empress energy, it's like someone recognizing that someone is worth the wait, and or not the wait, but the work. It's kind of like, okay, I understand. What you need me to do is show up consistently. What you need me to do is put in the effort and show you that I'm putting in the effort. What you need me to do is be reliable. And the Devil is ruled by Saturn. All energies in tarot have light and shadow. And the Devil does have a good side in tarot. And the Devil, that level of obsession, or that level of, I know you're the one for me and that I'm never going to find anyone else like you, and that I can't see anything else but this for the rest of my life, maybe even energy. Okay, maybe that's an exaggeration, or like maybe that's an extreme. I mean, we're all falling somewhere on a spectrum, right? But that can be the catalyst for someone to do something maybe they've never done, and put in the daily effort and put in the daily work and show up and like actually be consistent, because it's like that's what's required. And it may be, Pisces, that you have someone who really is into you, and it's like maybe their approach or maybe the way that they're coming towards you is a bit overwhelming for you, or is a bit, it's like, you know, or maybe it's like hot and cold or whatever. And this may be just trying to tell you, hey, speak up and say what you need. Yeah. And maybe it's like, you may even feel like, okay, is this a physical thing? Is this, you know, if I need more of an emotional connection, then like, hey, let's do some things where we're just hanging out talking, or let's, you know, whatever, you know, I don't know, like, I'm just getting so many different scenarios. But that Devil energy can be a positive when it's something that says, okay, this is worth it. I'm going to put in the effort. You know, if you're telling me that you need to hold this boundary, and that you understand your worth and your value, and that you're trusting this situation, and it is meant to be for you, then it will be able to handle you saying, this is how I need it to be, or this is, you know, the type of energy I need from you. It's not saying like, okay, this is all bad because this person has this kind of energy. I don't know, you guys. I hope this is making sense. But it's like, it's kind of negotiation is what it feels like. And then you have Temperance with the Nine of Cups. When things are in balance in this connection, and things are coming together organically a little bit at a time, we're really spending the time and the effort to get to know each other. This is wish fulfillment. I think it's wish fulfillment for you, and I think it's wish fulfillment for them. I think that it brings a deep, deep sense of joy and balance and peace into both of your lives, each of you separately, but then also together. With a Magician, again, I feel like this is like, let's transmute this raw, kind of passionate desire into something that really works and something that's really strong. How do we do that? How do we transmute it? This reading is insane. Tower on the bottom of the deck. The transformation has been coming through here, since here. And this is talking about, you have the Tower on the bottom of the deck, which says literally transformation on it. But there's this blue butterfly here. And it's like, remember how I was saying, if you're fully present in the moment and you're just taking life as it comes, that experience alone will transform you. In a beautiful way, I feel like, too. In the highest and best kind of way, actually, is how it is coming through. You have the Hierophant with the Nine of Cups. When you're in the Nine of Cups with Temperance here, when you're coming together and it's super balanced and it's coming together organically, and this is like, Temperance is really like getting to know the core being of who someone is, and it's coming together in a way that feels natural and comfortable. And it's like we can have all these crazy feelings and all these crazy hopes and dreams and you know, all these things, but like when we're really allowing ourselves to be patient and we're allowing it to unfold and we're saying, okay, this is our story that we're writing right here. This is our journey. Like, what do we want it to say? How do we want it to go? It's also getting to a place where you feel comfortable in the space. Because the deeper your comfort level is, the more you have trust in it, the more you believe in it, the more you can be your authentic self in the space. And so this may come with a commitment with the Hierophant here. And the commitment may bring about even a deeper sense of fulfillment in the relationship. You have some kind of strong conversation coming with the King of Cups and the Ace of Swords. When this person finally gets a hold of how they're feeling with the Devil, like this sense of like deep focus, you know, or deep desire, or almost like insatiable need or want for this. When this person learns how to handle that energy, there is this potential transformation that occurs into someone who can have all these feelings and process them and feel secure and feel calm about them. And I think, you know, sometimes like the more we show up for each other, the more reliable we are, the more it's like, then people can sort of relax and sort of just feel like, okay, well, they've always shown up. They're probably always going to show up. Even when I messed up, they showed up, you know, or they at least gave me the opportunity to explain myself or apologize, or, you know, whatever the case may be. Well, it didn't turn into this whole, like, I'm not speaking to you kind of thing. So there's some kind of like, when this person gets to a place where they're like, okay, I'm able to handle how I feel about you or about this relationship, where I can be the match to the Queen of Cups that you have always been throughout this entire thing, that we saw in the very beginning there. Then I'll be able to talk about it. Then I'll be able to have a strong conversation about it. And I'll be able to bring clarity to the situation, bring a sense of direction. This is definitely a masculine driving the car, you know? With the Tower, this may be something unexpected, but it may also be Bhakti. Bubba. Is there just a lot of activity? Oh, really? Okay. Come here. Yeah, that's my babe. With the Tower, there's just this energy of either you're not expecting it, or it can break down a lot of barriers or a lot of walls that we have built within ourselves to protect ourselves against love. Like where it's like we're deciding whether to trust someone or not, and we still have a lot of our guards up. And it's kind of like, this could be a very disarming conversation that really lets the guards go down. And that's what may lead to this like deeper sense of fulfillment in the relationship. Let's clarify. Someone is so serious about you, Pisces, or they're serious about this relationship working out. Jesus. Oh. I'm going to have to take a couple on the Tower. There's a commitment coming in here for sure. Oh, actually, I'm going to take another one on this. The Tower. Yeah. Oh, wow. Man, oh man. We're choosing to put the work in here, folks. This is big. I mean, this is big. This is like a real strong commitment here. You know, and the commitment may be really what you wanted or what you felt you needed. It may have been something where it's like, you know, this is so committed though. King of Pentacles, the Hierophant with the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. It's like, you know, when something makes you happy, being committed to it is a joy. It's an absolute pleasure. You're like, oh, I'm so happy to, like, you know, be able to rely on this, that there is some, you know, we can't just fall apart from each other. We have to go through the act of breaking up, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there is a commitment here. Like, we're choosing this, and we're saying in this commitment that we are going to make the attempt to work through things solidly. You know, we're going to give it our best chance. We're going to give it our best what in the world? Our best work, our best shot. Yeah, our best shot. And this is like definitely someone showing up in an energy where they're ready to put their money where their mouth is. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm offering you a commitment, and I'm not just doing it for whatever reason. I'm showing up as the King of Pentacles, offering you the Ace of Pentacles. This is a very serious offer. This is someone who's like, I'm stable, I'm reliable. I'm offering this to you from the part of me that is like ready to commit. The King of Pentacles is the husband of the tarot. This is someone who really is like, I've searched my soul. You know, I was the devil in the beginning, and then I became the King of Cups, and now here I am showing up as the King of Pentacles. You know, this is like a transformation for this masculine. It feels like, where it's like, I have all of this energy. I don't know how to deal with it. I don't know how to channel it. I just want to like put it all at you all at one time. And I'm just sort of, you know, but that devil energy made the person put in the Eight of Pentacles, right? And to work on it. And then it's like, because they kept putting the work and the effort in, and they kept showing up, or they kept trying, even if they weren't maybe even like showing up in real life. With Temperance, it's like, I'm healing the wounds even that are causing me to have this sort of really raw energy. And, you know, now I'm showing up as the King of Cups, someone who is able to like process my emotions, to have emotions and to sit with them, and to not be reactionary towards them, but to be able to say, yeah, I'm feeling these things. Okay. You know, these feelings that I'm having are telling me that this really matters to me, and that I need to do something about it, you know? And then we have the King of Pentacles here with the Ace of Pentacles. Like, I'm showing up in a very serious, solid energy. I have transformed. I am like ready for this. I am ready to, you know, really commit to working on this and working it out. Why? Because it's my wish fulfillment, because it brings me greater happiness and greater fulfillment than maybe anything ever has. And then you've got this energy with the Ace of Swords and the King of Cups with the Six of Wands, where it's like, this actually sort of gives me high fire sign vibes. Fire signs tend to have kind of like mushy hearts, but they can come across a little bit like, I don't know, like passionate, or like, you know, I have it all figured out, or kind of like, I don't even really know how to describe it, but like what's underneath that kind of bravado is this like mushiness. And it sort of feels a bit like that to me, where it's kind of like, oh, I want this. I'm coming at this passionately. I want you to feel about me the same way that I feel about you. I want this to be balanced. I want it to be equitable. I want you to be as desirous of this as I am. And I have transformed. I have changed. I have become someone that can handle my desire. I have become someone who can handle my fears and my illusions, and not be reactionary to the fact that I have emotions, and that I can show up for you in a way that is respectful, that is honorable, that is reliable. And, you know, I want you to want this as bad as I want this, you know, with the Six of Wands and the King of Cups and the Ace of Swords. It's like, I want to hear you say that this is what you want as well. Like, that you're matching me here. And I think you will, because King of Cups, you're the Queen of Cups. So, but yeah, with the Tower being clarified by the Lovers, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Tower on the bottom, this is like a commitment to choose each other, like to kind of like to have and to hold, to like work on it, to put the effort in, to continue to choose each other every single day. Yeah, like someone said that to me when I was like much younger. They were like, marriage is about choosing each other every single day above all else. And, you know, I don't know that I've ever really sat and pondered it or meditated on it or whatever, but it is, in a way, I think that is very true. You know, that, yeah, you know, it's the first thought in your head when you wake up in the morning. It's the last thought in your head when you go to bed at night. Your partner, your person, and you know? So, yeah. I do definitely think, you know, it is a commitment every single day, and that commitment is a choice. And when you actively choose each other every single day, you don't lose sight of each other also. You know, you don't fall apart. You don't, like, when your kids grow up and leave the house, you're not like, oh God, I don't even like you anymore. Because you've been choosing the person every single day all along. Like, there's never been a day that you didn't like the person. You know what I mean? I don't actually, like, yeah, I don't know. But some people, like, yeah, it's not like, if you have a failed marriage, believe me, it's not necessarily, you know, like, some people change dramatically in not so nice ways. Anyway, with the Two of Cups, this is an acknowledgement that this relationship is healthy, it's happy, it's serving both people in a positive way. And it is, again, about this choice to choose each other and to choose this connection and to choose to keep it happy and healthy and positive. So there's definitely a conversation coming in where I feel like, you know, someone may not lay it on the line like that necessarily, that dramatically, but something is being revealed for sure. You also know you have the moon. We're right back at the Queen of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. Remember that from the beginning of the reading? You also have a Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Okay. With the Three of Wands and the Four of Wands. Wow. So the Three of Wands actually says communication in this deck, and the Four of Wands says celebration. So this person with the Queen of Swords here, this person may not necessarily know what is going to come, what your answer is going to be, or what you're going to say. For some of you, you may be coming across a little bit cold, a little bit aloof, a little bit independent. Here it says independence on the card, but it's also, you know, those words are always known to be with the swords. So they may not necessarily know how you feel or what you're thinking. But I feel with the Queen of Swords, there's just this energy of like, I will listen to what you have to say. It's really also giving me a strong energy of like clarity, or someone bringing clarification to you, or someone making something clear. It's kind of with the moon, it's like I sense it, I psychically feel it, I intuitively already know it. You know, like there have been different ways at different times where it has been revealed to me, or it has become really clear, like the way you treated me there, or when you said this, or, you know, there's like all of these experiences where it's like, yeah, I feel like when I put the whole picture together, I can see that you really do care, or that you really are working to transform to be, you know, the right partner for this connection. But it's almost like speaking it. Like actually saying it and actually receiving it. Like what this person has to say. I think you feel it too. I think you sense it too with this person. Yeah, this is about clarity. I mean, it's bringing clarity. It's bringing peace of mind and clarity. Wow. You guys, this is, I kept wanting to say the Two of Wands here because the Queen of Swords has these like two swords that like is not normal. This is a choice that is made clear. It's coming to a place where it's like, you know, what I'm also getting is, you know how I'm always saying about the Queen of Swords, like she's been through the whole sword cycle. She's, you know, been heartbroken. She's been deceived. She's been manipulated. She's been, you know, just all of the things, backstabbed, all of the things. And yet she hasn't let it make her bitter. She's let it make her better and more discerning. And there's just this energy of, you know, sitting on that throne going, okay, this is what you're presenting me with. This is what you're telling me your truth is. This is what you're offering me. You know, I trust my discernment to know that this is a cycle worth taking, worth a risk worth taking. This is even based on my own knowledge of suffering, of my own suffering, even possibly for love. I know this is worth it. I know this choice is worth it. You've put my mind completely at ease, and I'm seeing it completely clearly that you are appreciating me for my heart, for my emotion. You're someone that I can put my heart in your hands and have a reasonable expectation that where it's going to go is somewhere super long-term, super solid, and super stable. Somewhere that doesn't make me question, it doesn't make me confused all the time. And with that Queen of Swords, and you have this speak up energy on the bottom of the deck, if there is anything that you need, like from the relationship or from this person to bring about like more peace in your mind or more, you know, like calmness and more clarity, now is the time to ask for it. Well, this is definitely, I feel like, a very strong conversation that is coming in here for you, Pisces, with a person that you may not have even necessarily realized, because I feel like with the Devil energy, this person was really trying to keep this hidden, their deep desire for you. You may have known, you may have like sensed it, or you may have even seen it from time to time. But it feels like this person, for the most part, it was like really harnessing that energy to become the person that they needed to be in order to step up to the plate in this relationship. If you're dealing with a water sign, the taste of your presence is something I will never be able to forget. I want to be there for you, there to take care of you. I'm not ready for a commitment with anyone. I think that this person may not have been ready for a commitment with anyone, and you may have been like, I need a commitment, and this person may have had to go through that transformation to become that because they couldn't let go of their desire for you. If you're dealing with a fire sign, our connection is so beautiful, but it's also painful and confusing as hell. I want to follow you through all time and all universes. I could listen to your voice for days on end. If you're dealing with an earth sign, everything I do reminds me of you. I want more with you one day. It's like we share the same mind and heart. If you're dealing with an air sign, your beauty and grace captivates me. I didn't fall in love with you because I have always loved you and always will. Love isn't always on time. Please be patient with me. You feel like the sweetest home I've never known. All right, Pisces, this is what I have for you. My goodness. I really feel, man, you have the moon and the sun. That's divine feminine and divine masculine energy. You just, man, oh man. This is about harnessing energy to make a situation like workable, tenable, able to come together. It's all about coming together. You have this temperance with the same page energy. It's like it's really about coming into harmony and unity with another person, like scaling our energies into like becoming a vibrational match here. And an energetic match, like as a whole being. I'm seeing that too. All right, you guys, this is what I have for you. I really hope it helps. I hope it brought you some peace and clarity. If it did, let me know. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I love you guys. I'm sending you off with all my very best. Always, always, always. Bye-bye.